Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona, folks. Today we put Atlanta behind us and we focus our sights on North Carolina Speedway, otherwise known as The Rock. Got just under 200 laps in this race. We want to get out there and put together some consistent driving and see if we can put ourselves in the winner's circle again. Let's get out there, do a little bit of practice, and we'll see you right before qualifying. I can get into the 23s. I don't know if I can do it in qualifying. All right, here we go down the front stretch for our qualifying lap. Oh, turn 1 and 2, not good at all. And that way too high. And turn 3 and 4, not fantastic either. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think we're getting in the 29s here.
Alright,
yeah. Shoot. Alright, we didn't get pole. We'll start on the outside of Mark Martin. Second place start for the race. Quick look at the color scheme for our Halloween race. Purple, lime green, black. Pretty fun. Anyway, let's go race this one out.
Under beautiful Carolina blue skies, welcome to the North Carolina Speedway, also known as The Rock. This 1-mile oval's been thrilling fans for over 30 years. With 22 degrees of banking and a tough-on-tires surface, you get fierce competition that gives The Rock its name.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car low.
Get that quick jump off the line. And we do well going into 1 and 2 is the question. Looks like we did all right. Looks like we did pretty all right. Not great there, though. Not great as Martin will gain up on us a little bit. See if we can pull back on him through 1 and 2 again. Not really. This is going to be a tough one, apparently. That's good, though. I like a challenge. Drive a little farther into the corner. Use our brakes a little more here. See what we can do to get... Nope, he's gained right back up on us. Wow, we are driving away from everyone but Jarrett and Martin. We're all right. This is going to be okay. That wasn't where I intended to put the car, but, you know. Come on. Ooh. He is right on us. We're pulling on Jarrett a little bit, but not that much. We had a better exit there. Oh, that was about to be really good, but it... Wow, Mark Martin just has a very fast car now. Figure it out soon. We will figure it out. Wow, he actually got a really good run there, too. We're in a battle here, folks. Don't mind my not talking so much. Oh, that was a really good corner for us, actually. I think we're going to get another 10th on him in just a second here. We can already see the lap traffic. Oh, yeah, 23.791. That was a great lap. And then we screwed this one up. And he's going to get right back up on us. Shoot. Just got to put down some consistent laps. I mean, we have been, but we can put down some better, more consistent laps and hopefully put a bit of a gap between us and Martin. How are our tires doing? Oh, we're burning them up. Let's not look at that. That's fine. Nobody needs to know about that right now. Mark Martin got caught up in lap traffic a little bit. That's going to help us greatly. 189 left. We need to make it to 47, I think is... It's 197. 33 in the tank. I know it doesn't add up because we'll actually save... We'll save fuel throughout this whole thing.
Clear low.
Soon. Not quite yet, but soon we will. All right. Martin did get caught up in the lap traffic fairly well for us, as now Jarrett has basically caught him. That's good for us because those two can battle it out as they also navigate their way around traffic.
Clear high.
Of course, we're navigating our way around traffic as well, but, you know, not a big deal.
All clear.
Because we're professional.
All clear.
That was a terrible corner. I'd love to lap everybody, but, I mean, feasibly, I bet I could lap the top 10 before we even get onto our pit stop, maybe.
Still there. All clear. All clear.
As long as we don't have any incidences with other vehicles, we might be able to. We are already catching double and single digit cars, as that's Kenny Schrader in front of us. We'll go around him on the outside.
Car low.
Okay, or we'll tap him and do a little damage to our left body. Oh well. Did it actually show up? Nope. How are our tires doing now? Still burning them up pretty good. Not as much as we were, though. We're in the 150s before, or 250s before. Now we're in the 240s. So I think that with us not having to push the car as hard to get away from Martin and Jarrett, we're able to save on tires a little bit here as well. That's dumb. I'm going to drop down. Get him on the entrance of 3.
Still there. Clear high. All clear.
That's going to shoot me up a little, but we're all right. Sometimes it may not look pretty, but as long as we get the pass and we're not making contact with everyone, I'm all right with however we do it. Jarrett's got in front of Martin now as he's a 10th behind Jarrett. And, of course, they're 3 seconds behind us, which we love.
Stay high. Still there. Clear low.
I am in fuel-saving mode, sort of. I'm definitely backing up the corners a lot. How are we doing on? Yeah, see, we're already cooling off our tires. Since they are... Oh, I hate that. Yeah, oh, of course. Really? It wasn't even that big of a hit.
Clear low.
Whatever. I will run out my stint here. We're still fast. We're just not as fast. Yeah, they're definitely catching me now. Maybe I'll do well. Maybe I'll figure out how to drive the engine damaged car and still do well enough. That's just stupid.
Still there.
Oh, Andretti deciding to move Robbie Gordon out of the way, and then he didn't even use that line. Brilliant. 24 in the tank, a 7% engine damage. We're going to do our best to keep first and second place at bay. Or not first, obviously, we're in first place. We're going to do our best to keep second and third place at bay. And not much else going on right now. We're going to do our first speed up of the race. And that's going to be until the end of this run. So we'll be back on the mic with you when we are pitting. Hopefully when we're pitting under green.
Carlo. You're all clear. Yellow's out. Clear high.
All right, well, he drove up into me. Plain and simple. He drove up into me, hit my left rear, and spun himself out. And I don't feel bad about that, but we're going to pit because we had 5 left in the tank anyway.
Cars out.
We'll be back after the caution. If we do this right,
Going green.
we should be good to go.
There's the green flag.
Get around Robbie and Jeff Gordon and just, well, hopefully soon.
Carlo.
We're in first, but still need to get around Robbie.
Clear
That
low.
was nice, though. No contact with anybody.
Clear
And
high.
there it is. Very nice. I think Robbie Gordon stayed out. I think a number of cars stayed out to try to get their lap back. It didn't happen. We got a bunch of cars on pit road right now. Oh, it feels good to have a car that's got power and steering again. We were really playing with lap traffic to keep ourselves up in first place. That was the only way we were able to do it. We had a lot of issues when we dinged the front end on that, I don't even know, Fanta car, I think it is. One of the custom triple-digit paint schemes. Good news is, though, with Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin back there in traffic, nobody else is any kind of competition to me, so we'll drive away pretty well. And hopefully they'll stay stay stuck back in traffic for a while, and we can have a nice, calm race up here and drive away from Gordon Busch pretty quick. We're already... we should have Busch more than a second down by the time we get out of 4. At least that's what I would think. Although I did just take a very shallow entry into that corner, so I didn't get to go as fast as I'd want to, but... we can make up for that with a good 1 and 2. Nope, I'm overdriving it. Overdriving the car. Which is funny because if I just drive the car normal, I would gap them simply because I'd be putting down good laps. So that's what we'll do. We'll go back to our proper braking points and just let the rest do what it's supposed to do. And there it is. Putting a couple tenths on them just by driving more properly. Oh, there's Robbie Gordon coming out of the pit. He hadn't gone in. We knew that as he sat out in front of us. Some of the triple-digit cars that were multiple laps down didn't make sense for them to pit. Here's the fancy car. That's the one we hit. He must have already pit because his back end was all cleaned up there. These are the times that the caution flags can come out simply because we've got so many cars coming in and out of the pit. We've got faster single and double-digit cars that have pits, so they're much faster than the other cars that hadn't pit yet, and then you got cars coming off a pit road, and it leaves a lot of opportunity for cautions to come out, but looks like that's not the case here.
Still there. Clear low. Clear high.
Just running through the traffic here. It's, how many laps do we even have? About 150 or something?
Clear low.
Or so 140. I was going to say, I was so zoned out, I wasn't even paying attention to how many laps we had in the race left. So we'll pit probably around 100.
Still there. Clear low.
Actually, we might. I don't know. I think we save about 5 laps per run. I don't think that... well, crap. That's not good. We're okay. We are okay. Man, that could have been a lot worse. Well, things just got exciting again. You're welcome. Not great. Man, that apron. All right. I was thinking about how much we save and when I should start to try to save more, and if we can do this in 2 stops instead of 3, one being late. And I just made a poor decision, went down too far. Try to follow Gordon through this mess.
You're all clear.
We'll get the lead back. Oh, this is a pretty huge gaggle of cars right here, actually.
Car high.
Oh, we're fine. Just a tiny little... there it is. First place. See, I told you we would.
Clear high. Car high. Clear high.
Perfect. We're fine. Already recovered from our little touch of the apron. Early in our career, we wouldn't have recovered from that. We probably would have brought it around or hit the inside wall. We've gotten pretty good at making up. Unfortunately, it's because we've made so many mistakes that we've learned how to recover from them, but in the same respect, that how else are you going to learn, right?
You're all clear.
Kevin Harvick up there. That'll be the first time we lap him in the race. So that's fun for us. Is that Elliott Sadler about to go onto pit road? Yep.
Clear high.
Like to get around Harvick going into one here. Ooh.
All clear. Car low.
I was seeing if maybe I could have angled that down and gotten around Mike Mack on the inside too, but that wasn't working. So thankfully, we were able to recover from that. Touched the apron a little bit there, but we weren't on the gas, so we didn't bring it around at all, thankfully. There's the Fanta car. We got to be careful as to not tappy tap. Well, now see somebody else hit him because
Still there. Clear low.
asked him earlier. He did not have any damage on the back end. So that kind of makes you wonder who else out here might be driving a little bit slower or have a little bit of a tighter car because they have damage. That, I was going to say, we barely rubbed him, but I just wanted to make sure we didn't have any extra damage from that. Dale Jarrett, though, drove himself up to 3rd place again. That's good for him. 2nd place now. So he's definitely my biggest contestant, contestant. Oh, caution comes out. Not sure what that one's for. We've got 22 left in the tank. We'll stay out. Maybe we'll stay out.
Get set. The race is going green. Car low.
I don't know if any of you noticed when I went around the 181 Echo River car. He had sort of kind of faded up a little bit. It seemed kind of odd to me, but I didn't say anything as I went around him. I noticed it. He was the cause of the caution, and I just wonder if he did something similar to one of the other lead lap cars, and that's what caused the caution, because he was the cause, or he was the damaged car in the caution, I guess. That's what it said. So, it was interesting to see that, though. Looks like 3rd place and back have gotten a little caught up in traffic or something, being over 2 seconds back after just over a lap. Interesting. Doing our best to get away from Dale Jarrett. As I said earlier, he is absolutely our only competition. Mark Martin is there now, top 5, so he could make his way up into the race. I just have to, try to run a little cleaner than I actually have been. Ooh. Contact somewhere. We've got tire marks and smoke, so pay attention to that. I don't see any cars anywhere close in front of us that we're catching lap traffic or anything yet, so that's good for them. I like lap traffic here because I like lap traffic all the time when I'm using it to get in front or using it to widen the gap between me and the car behind me. That's really the reason why I like it. See where we're at here. Yeah, we're doing a good job of gapping. We've got 15 left in the tank. Let's go ahead and run this end of this run out under a speed up. We'll be back on the mic, hopefully this time when we're pitting under green. All right, we got one in the tank. We're going to bring it around just this one more time. And pit on this lap. As all the leaders appear to have now pit that were right behind us, so it's good for us.
Watch those tires.
We're pitting right now. Shut up, dude.
Slow down.
There we go. On to pit road. Hopefully coming out with the lead that we had when we came in. Here we go. Back on the track. Relative's not going to have caught up quite yet, but Dale Jarrett is in second place. Gaining up on us a bit, but we do have a nice lead. So it's Jarrett and Martin. As we thought before, those are our two competitors. We've got a decent lead on them, and we've got a fresh tires. Did a little body work. Fix some of the aero damage. And everything looks good for us right now. All the leaders have cycled through, which is what matters the most, really. We are starting to lap some cars we have not lapped before. We got Blaney right up there. He is a new car to lap. Looks like Martin and Jarrett are still gaining on us. We're going to have to speed it up a little. I got so used to driving the car slower because we were running out of tires and stuff. So hopefully I can make some good moves. And oh, this is stupid. I don't know what's on. And he's gonna, oh, he didn't. I thought he was definitely with that bump. I thought he was gonna go a bit sideways, but he didn't. I would expect Jarrett and Martin to get caught up in that little pack too, so that's gonna help us. I'd like to get to Wallace on this run. I'd like to get up to Wallace and lap, and that'd be awesome. We're way off of being able to do that, though. I think we'd have to pit 2 more times before we could probably catch and pass him. .96 laps left. I wonder if we can make this a one-stop race. This race were to go green. Can I save enough to only pit 1 more time? If we start to save now, I feel like that's possible. But I also have to keep Mark Martin in mind, as he is now under 3 seconds behind us. Looks like Dale Jarrett got caught up, as he's now over 4 seconds behind us, so he got caught up behind some of the lap traffic, it would appear.
Still there, clear low.
Yes. I mean, I don't care if Martin stays at that range, because we're in saving mode now, so if we don't let him catch us, that's all that matters to me.
All clear.
Back up our corners a little bit. Hope that he has some issues going around some of the lap traffic at some point.
Stay high. Still there. Clear low.
If I can pit with 47 laps left, we might be able to get through it. I'm not sure. But I think we're going about, I know it says 40 in the tank when you go into pit, but I think we're actually getting between 45 and 50 laps every time around, or every run, so maybe this can be a one-stop race if it goes caution-free. Only caution that came out was when Mark Martin turned up into our left rear, spun himself out. That's the only caution so far, so that's kind of great. Looks like we're holding Martin and Jarrett at bay, which is also great. We're not gaining on Wallace at all, but my mind is no longer on lapping Rusty Wallace. It's on saving as much gas as we can. Although, there's Matt Kenseth up there. That'd be a new lapper. And Sterling Marlin, who at one point I think was in second or third. He was definitely in the top 5 at one point. So to be in a position to be lapped right now is pretty incredible. Although that was a terrible corner, so maybe not. Maybe not.
Still there.
Yeah.
You're all clear.
And Mark Martin could be one of those that gains and then loses some, and then gains back up on us and then loses some, or we could pick up the pace a little bit if he gets too close, like within a, or under a second away, we could pick up the pace. Oh, is that Kenseth bullying other cars on the track? Never see that happen. Ooh, that was a bad job by me. I didn't want to run into Marlin right after talking so much trash about Kenseth. See if I can get inside of Laguerre
Car high.
and Terry Labonte. That was a really good corner for
You're all
us.
clear.
It is nice to be caught up to guys like this because we're not just flying past them. Although it will be lapping them, they're at least competition.
Clear high.
Definitely Marlin and Kenseth are a lot of competition here. And is that
Still there.
Ricky Rudd right there? It is. And we've got 6 cars in front of us. Some triple, some double,
Still there.
some fast, some not so fast. So that's why they were probably, that's probably why Ricky Rudd was
Still
right
there.
there.
Clear high.
Caught up behind these lappers. Kenseth making another aggressive move,
All
which
clear.
caused him to slow down quite a bit there.
Still there. Clear high.
All right, we got Kenseth's lapped. We're going to lap Rudd as right now. He's lapped. Trying to catch back up to Sterling Marlin, who has driven away a bit.
You're all clear.
And I think we're about to lap Ward Burton for the 3rd time. So, I mean, that's kind of the way of paying him back for wrecking us. We, in a previous race, we come out and we just absolutely dominate. You know. Although we weren't racing him for position when he wrecked us anyway. So, I think he was already lapped at that point in that race as well. We'll have to keep that in mind. Whoa, whoa, that was weird. We just lost it really bad right there. And Marlin goes quite a bit slower than we do around that corner, I'll say that. I'll tell you what. I'll also tell you that we just put him a lap down. Which is very nice.
All clear.
Split him.
You're all clear.
Yeah, so not a big fan of Echo River doing that again, as he just kind of, he's not staying tight in the corner behind the other cars. He's not faster than them, so I don't know why he keeps fading up the track when we get to him. We get to him and we go into a corner, and instead of him holding tight inside, he seems to fade up to the middle of the track, and that's dangerous because we like to hug up against the cars that we're racing against to get the close, you know, the shortest way around the track is right on that white line. So even if we're next to a car, we like to get as close up to them as we can so that we're
Still there.
driving the shortest way around the track that we can.
All clear.
Looks like Mark Martin has dropped back now. I know Jarrett and Martin were within like 1.5 and 2.5 seconds respectively, and
Still there.
now it's 3.5 and almost 6.5. So they got caught up in that lap traffic, which is great for us. Now, could we have driven away from them anyway? Yes, I can beat them without lap traffic. We are much faster, but I have been saving gas. Whoa, that's dumb. That damaged a wheel. No, it didn't. Just body damage. Interesting. All right. I was trying to get a really nice arc going into that corner, and I
All
just,
clear.
I didn't do a good job. What do we have in the tank? 22, 78, 56. I don't think we're going to pit with 47 left. I bet we could pit with 50 left. I bet we can, maybe not even. Yeah, this is still a two-stop race for us, which means it's a two-stop race for everyone, but yeah, we definitely tightened up the car when we hit that wall. It's all right, though, because Martin is still dropping back, so is Jarrett. I think Echo River just came out of pit lane, didn't he? I think he did. Well, with 20 in the tank and no real action going on, let's go ahead and speed things up. I've actually, in the last couple of races, I've changed the speed up from 5x up to 3x, so it's a little slower speed up. I know some people had said in the comments that they really like just watching the race as it is, so it's kind of a compromise for those people who skip ahead and stuff. Gives the people who really want to watch the whole video and want to watch at a speed that's not so much that it takes away from the race. And the people who skip around or skip ahead or whatever they do, they still can do that, and it doesn't, you know, it's no harm, no fault for them either. So anyway, we're going to go ahead, get back on the mic with you when we are getting close to going down pit road for our, I guess, second to last time. Caution's going to come out for Echo River again. I saw his engine blow right in front of us, and he was unable to get down on pit road, so that's going to bring out a caution. We got 10 in the... it doesn't really matter. We're going to pit right now because it makes sense. We weren't going to save enough to make it a one pit stop race anyway, so we'll pit under caution, and then we'll have one late race pit stop. We've led 129 of 134 laps. Pretty nice and dominant so far. You know, when I said there had only been the one caution, there hadn't. This is the third one. The other two were from Echo River, so I don't know why I completely forgot about that. Maybe because I was just zoned out driving. Kenseth stayed out, trying to get back on the lead lap, I assume. Didn't work out for him at all, and now he's going to hold Jarrett up, which is great for us. The only thing that sucks about a caution is we were having a good time lapping people. But, you know, we were 10, maybe, I don't know. It seems at the end of these runs is where you really see how much you saved. It says 3 laps left for like 3 laps, then it switches to 2 laps left. You get another 3 laps, you know, so we may very well have been able to go for a number of more laps, but it doesn't matter. You know, pit under caution, no stress then. Nothing. Everybody else on the lead lap pit behind me, so just, it was the right move. We got 57 left in the tank. Absolutely no way we can, or not in the tank, in the race. Absolutely no way we can save that much on this tank, so we'll be pitting at the later stage of the race. Anytime with like 45 or less to go, I'll be real happy. Oh, Mark Martin back there. All right. anything with 45 or less to go, I'll be happy if a caution does come out. But until then, I'm praying that we're able to just drive out at, 20 laps or so without a caution or anything to worry about, because then after that, anytime we pit from that point forth, we are done pitting for the race. So I just noticed at least one higher rated car flag was waving there when I drove past pit lane right a second ago. Martin and Jarrett, again, the two that were the top two cars earlier. Oh, that was Kenseth that finally did decide to pit. So now he's 2 laps down. Maybe going to be 3. You take a risk. You hope you can stay on the lead lap. You hope that for him, you hope another caution comes out, gets you on the lead lap so you can pit then. It didn't pan out for him, and now he's 2 laps down, maybe a third right here. Or 2.5 laps down. He did get back on pit road, or get back. There he is right there. So yeah, he's about to be 3 laps down in pretty short period of time here. Although me paying attention to that has given Dale Jarrett the chance to get right back up to my bumper, so I'm going to have to drive a little bit harder here. We've got other cars pulling down onto pit road right now. I can put some space between me and Jarrett. We got lap cars coming up as well, so that's going to help. This little bunch right here, if we get around them. Oh yeah, Jarrett got caught up way back there. So yeah, where he was 2 or 3 tenths behind us, he's now over a second behind us, getting caught up. And he's got to get around the next group. And we got this group up here. It's like about 5 cars, 6 cars in a group. So, and we got cars pitting, cars coming back on the track. So just a whole cluster of an opportunity for people to be bringing out the caution, which kind of sucks because I need it to go, well, no, just a few more laps actually. So caution comes out in a few more laps, I would pit, and I would just, I wouldn't be in the lead anymore, but whatever about that, because it would be a short period of time for me to drive up and all those other cars would still have to pit. I don't know, though. They get kind of smart once you get into that final window. It does seem like if a caution comes out, most of them will pit as well, usually. I knew the 101 was going to drive down on us, so I slammed on the brakes there and got around him without contact. And now Jeff Gordon is in a race with Jarrett and Martin. Interesting. And Stewart is up in there as well. And Rusty Wallace. Oh, where did Gordon go, actually? He was right there. So unless he pit and he was one of the leaders that didn't pit, that'd be weird. Thought all the leaders pit with us. I know for sure that Martin and Jarrett did. Oh, there's Jeff Gordon. So him and Stewart are swapping positions. Not a big deal for them.
Still there. All clear.
Unfortunate day for the 181 car.
Clear
Not being,
high.
oh, dude barely touched me. He'll get it straightened out. Yeah. Anyway, Echo River and the 181 Mellow Yellow crew having a rough day today as they brought out the second caution of the race and then, of course, brought out the last caution with a blown engine. And their day appears to be over as they're sitting there on pit road. Elliott Sadler, Robbie Gordon, Jeff Burton all appear to be on pit road too. I don't know if Jeff Burton is done for the day or if he just is on pit road for his service. But I know Sadler is definitely out. And I know Robbie Gordon is also definitely out. Looks like the 113 had a bunch of time to work on the car because his car was very smushed and it wasn't all by us. Actually, I don't think it was by us at all. Oh, yeah, we did turn him once. That's right. We got some good damage from him. Mark Martin appears to have gotten out of whatever pack he was in as he's closed the gap on us and continues to do so a little bit. But once we get in front of this group of 7, 8 cars up here, he'll catch them and have to contest with them as well. So these are the things that I look forward to wreaking havoc on some of these other drivers, not able to get around, being put in bad positions where they're unable to pass. It's nice.
Still there.
It's
Clear low.
very nice. Knowing I still have to pit, I'm just not saving at all. I'm just driving the car. I'm not pushing it either, though. It's like Mike Mack going in for service. Maybe his last pit stop. Should be his last pit stop because we'll pass him at least one more time. Maybe twice. Who knows? So, meaning he doesn't have 42 in the race. Yeah, it's his last pit. Ooh, look at us getting caught up behind. See if I can time this well. Yep, barely tapped him.
Stay low. Still there. You're all clear. All clear. Car low.
I should have done NFL cars. Like sports teams. That would have been kind of fun.
All
Of course,
clear.
there would have been like a shit ton of Carolina Panther cars because of how many people are from North Carolina. Doesn't mean that it had to be that way, though. You know. Could have gone by
All clear.
where the home offices are of the main sponsors on the car. Things like that. Who knows? Would have been kind of fun. I thought about it. Kind of a game within the game. Who's going to win the championship? And there, that paint scheme is
Still
the
there.
football team as
Clear
well.
low.
Who knows? I could do something like that in other games. Wow, Martin and Jared have definitely caught us. I guess we were caught up in that pack a little longer than I thought we were going to be. I wasn't even paying attention to the gap there. Nor do I care, because again, we're not damaged at all right now. I feel very comfortable in the fact that if they did catch us, I could push the car very hard and
Stay
still be
low.
fine.
Still there. All clear.
What do we got left in the tank here? Ooh, wrong button. 21. 21 in the tank. 39 to go, I think, at the line. 38 to go at the line. Okay, so yeah, definitely not going to save 17 laps. And we're going to have to pit for full service when we do pit because we're going to, I mean, we wear every run that we've had, we've worn the tires, the front right all the way down. It's because I don't use the brakes as much. I lean on that tire to slow me down. It's how I save gas, though. Instead of just slamming on the brakes and then getting on the gas early in the corner again, I just I back up the corner, let off the gas, and lean on the front right
You're all clear.
to slow me down. It's got its benefits in the fuel mileage side of it. It's got its, obviously,
low.
disadvantages. Because when you are getting at the end of
You're all
that
clear.
run where you saved all that fuel, you've also torched the crap out of your front right. We're doing really good right now, though. We did a really good job this time. I think because early on I was doing as much as I could to use the brakes instead of flying hard or rolling the corners. And I think I'll continue to roll the corners now because I feel like no matter how many laps we have left in the tank, we're not going to come close to blowing a tire. In that first run, we actually were close to blowing a tire. Or in the first time we actually pit under green, the guy actually said, "Watch your tires," and I knew I was getting pretty close to blowing that front right. But it didn't matter, because that's you driving it out, you know? Can't do anything there. Had a really bad entrance, but my other option, even if I had a good entrance, would have been to slam on the brakes so I didn't run into Marlin. So we'll just do what we're doing right here. Actually, maybe. Nope. I got 90 too early. If I had held it for a second earlier, I could have gotten underneath him
Stay low.
earlier.
Still there.
Not that it matters now,
You're all clear.
because we lapped him again. We lapped Sterling Marlin again. We got Ricky Rudd up here, so he's about to be lapped again. We're having a very dominant race right now. I think we've led all but 5 laps this whole race. Maybe 6 laps. I think Gordon might have led 1 lap too.
All clear.
As we came to the line, he was in the lead under caution. I honestly don't know how many laps I don't think we
Clear
have
low.
under green flag running. I think we only had 1 lap that we didn't lead. Maybe a couple. Well, come to think of it, we did have that slip up on the apron earlier, and it took us a couple laps to get back up to the lead. Not many, though.
Still there.
Hold
All
it.
clear.
Hold it. Well done.
Clear low.
Where we at? 14 in the tank. Let's speed this thing. Oh. Hey, we're going to pit. That'll be our last pit. We're in the window, and Jeff Gordon is out of the race. I just saw his car smoking on pit road. So yeah, we're going to pit because we're in the final window to pit. And that's actually good. I'm good with this caution coming out because of that. Otherwise, I was going to say it's going to run it out until we pit, but doesn't matter now. We'll see you after the caution. We don't have to pit again for the rest of the race, which is awesome. Cars in front of us pit.
Get set. The race is going green.
Mark Martin was the cause of the caution.
Car low.
I actually don't think he's on the lead lap.
Clear low.
Robbie Gordon back in the race. Glad he thought better of pulling up in front of me.
Stay high.
Would have been
Still
stupid
there.
of him.
Clear low.
Yeah, Mark Martin's not on the lead lap. And it's just a matter of time before we're able to get up and catch and pass these cars as well.
All clear.
In front of Stewart. Oh yeah, there were cars going onto pit road as the caution expired, so that was interesting. There are obviously also the cars that are coming off of pit road right now.
Still there. You're all clear.
Which is okay, because that's the lap cars that usually help us out.
The yellow's out.
Oh, the caution comes out again? For what? Oh, I guess it's way up there. Let's at least get into second place so we're on the...
All clear.
Oh, shoot, that's going to put Mark Martin back on the lead lap. Good for him, I guess. Good for him. I mean, whatever.
Still there. Pace car's out.
We'll be back after the caution. We got 18 to go at the line.
Green flag. Car low. You're all clear.
It would appear that Jarrett pit. Because we're up in the lead. Mark Martin back on the lead lap. I don't think he pit, though. Well, he had pit the previous time because he had damage, so that makes sense. Rusty Wallace in second place. First time for him, really, being up here. Mainly, though, Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett have been the two big ones. I expect them to figure their way up into, probably third and fourth place at least. I don't know if they'll catch Rusty. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the next 16 laps. We'll probably take about 5 or so laps for us to catch lap traffic. Once we do that, that's going to be a fair determiner of what's going to happen in the next 3. Yeah, Stewart's already dropped back to 5th. And Martin is definitely catching on Rusty. Not thinking Jarrett's going to catch him, though. He's falling back a bit. Interesting. Interesting. When are we going to start seeing lap traffic? Probably a couple more laps yet. Well, looks like Gordon is still on pit road, so he's done for the day for sure. We're not driving away from Rusty that much, and I'm pretty surprised by that. I mean, we are driving away from him. He's not catching us at all, but it's just a little surprising that... We'll see. I think we're gaining or we're catching. I think we're putting him down now, yeah. We just did 3/10 on that corner on those 2 turns. Oh, yeah. We're putting him down now. Looks like Martin's definitely going to pass him. You see the lap traffic in front of us? Oh, wow. Apparently we did quite well there, and I didn't even realize it. I was paying more attention to what was going on behind me than what was going on the track. I mean, I was watching what we were doing. I know my points. You drive 170-something laps on this track, and you're going to figure it out.
All clear.
Oh, for me, it's not a braking point. It's just a coming off the gas point. But that was pretty funny. Oh, that hurt us.
Stay high.
I mean, it
Still
did,
there.
but not
Clear low.
anything bad. Wallace, Martin battling it out a bit there. Jarrett in his own little 7/10, 6/10 bubble.
10 laps to
Stewart's
go.
got a second between him and Jarrett, so he's not probably going to do anything in the next 10 laps. At least that's not what I would think.
Clear high.
Martin falling back a bit, might be caught up in traffic. Wallace stuck back there with them. It's a 10th between all three cars now. It's anyone's race for the podium as we try to bring home a victory after a 34th place finish, getting wrecked in Atlanta. Felt really good about that car in Atlanta too. So, you know, again, best thing we could do is Ward Burton. Put him down multiple laps in this race and not even acknowledge what happened in the last race because it's not worth my time or my effort. Oops, oops. We damaged something? I mean, the whole body's green, so I feel good about that. Jarrett has passed
Stay
Wallace
high. Still there. Clear low.
and Martin. I didn't think that was going to happen. But he
Clear
must have done a better job of getting around the lap traffic. Oh, we really tightened up right there with the damage. That's not great for me. This race isn't over by any stretch of the imagination. These guys are
You're all clear.
just over a
Car
second
high.
back.
All clear.
And all three of them are still in this race, so we do have a ways to go here.
Still there.
That's all right. Get off the wall. There you go. Just needed to tap it off the wall instead of, well, that could be bad.
Stay
That
high.
could be very bad.
Still
Oh,
there.
thank goodness
All
he got it
clear.
back together. We tightened up again. Ugh. We got 6 to go in the race, and we might be blocking cars for the victory with the damage that I put on the car. Now, I don't know. That was actually a super good corner. And it showed in the relative as we got about 5 tenths on Wallace and Martin. Even a few tenths on Jarrett there. Now they're caught in that pack that I couldn't get. Yeah, that huge pack. You could just see it in the rear
Still
view.
there. 5 laps to go.
They got caught
All
up in
clear.
that, so that's a big deal for us.
Still there.
Take a quick sigh of relief
Clear
from
low.
that part, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to change as we have 4 laps to go at the line. There's plenty of bad stuff yet to happen. You never know. These bad things can happen all the way up to the last corner of the race. Just got to keep our head on us. Hit the marks the best that we can. We made a couple mistakes on this last part of the run. Hitting the wall a couple
Still
times,
there.
doing damage all around the
Clear low.
car. Tightened it up a bit, but we have been able to persevere from that difficulty.
Still there. All clear.
Robbie Gordon out here just finishing the race the way he can. Now we've got a 4-second lead. Those cars are still having a hell of a time getting around that big pack.
2 to go.
We've got 2 laps left, so barring
There's a wreck.
catastrophic
Turn
failure with our car, we are going to come away victorious at the Rock, which is a big deal.
on. Stay high. Still there. You're all clear. Last lap.
White flag is out, folks. 1 lap left in the race.
Still there.
4-second lead on Wallace, Martin, and Jarrett.
Clear low.
We'll just bring it around turns 3
Clear
and
low.
4 onto the front stretch through the tri-oval and maybe quad. It's a quad.
Great job.
and will come home victorious, leading 185 of the 197 laps in the race. What a dominant performance by the 166 NSA Chevy Camaro team. Top 5 in the race: Tony Savoy, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, and Tony Stewart. And we'll walk away with $777,694. Tony Savoy is now virtually assured the Cup Championship after his win at North Carolina. With the victory, Savoy now has 15 wins this season and a 466-point lead over Rusty Wallace with only 2 races remaining. And those 2 races, folks, we've got Phoenix International Speedway and then the final at Homestead-Miami. But folks, that'll have to be in the next episode, because that is going to do it for this episode. At the time of this recording, we are nearing 200 subscribers. Fantastic. So glad to have you all here. And I want to take a moment out to say how much I appreciate you all taking the time out of your day to watch the video, comment on the video, hitting those like buttons like you've been doing. I don't push for any of that, and I just really appreciate you guys taking and putting in the effort that you do for me as well. Anyway, though, having said all of that, until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.